British title, Lance Lewis. And in the blue corner, from Sweden, the Swedish and Scandinavian champion, Sigo.
Britain versus Scandinavia, Lance Lewis versus Sigo.
Round one.
Okay, Lance Lewis, ex-professional boxer. Ranked number 3 in Britain, ranked number 9 in the world. Actually beat Ken Buchanan in one fight I saw him in. Ken, at that time, was getting nearer to the end of his career. Ken, who you'll know, used to be the world lightweight champion. And Lance's opponent there in the blue trousers, Sigo. He's 23 years old. Comes from a town called Helsingborg in Sweden. Been in the game now for 9 years. Trains at the Fox Institute in Malmo, Sweden, under Benny Hedlund, who's here this evening in his corner. He's ranked number 1 in Scandinavia. Actually beat the great Tekken Gomez from the Chakariki Dojo in Amsterdam. In a kickboxing fight which allowed low kicks to the legs. Gomez is normally a Thai boxer. And Lance there opening up on Sigo. Rather long hair there for a fighter, Sigo. Would have thought that would probably get in his way a little bit, but he's been in the game for a while, so I don't suppose he's too bothered by it. Okay, and that was a nice opening round. Neither fighter really gaining too much of an advantage.
Round 2.
Both very technical fighters, these two. Lance, as I said earlier, an ex-professional boxer, but when he's in the kickboxing ring, he says he likes to use his kicks. He's taken a few guys out with his kicks. So they obviously work for him as well as his punches do. There's a double roundhouse kick to the body of Sigo from Lewis. There's a nice roundhouse kick reply there from Sigo. Both these fighters in the lightweight division, very fast fighters, as you would expect in the lighter weights. Man's just ducking in there with an uppercut to the body. Sigo tending to backpedal rather a lot. Coming in there with a roundhouse kick and a hook kick, roundhouse kick combination there to the head of Sigo. Oh, and Sigo replies with a very, very powerful roundhouse kick that Lance just ducks underneath of. Sigo will be well disappointed about that kick.
Round 3.
Round 3. Lance Lewis is one of the few fighters who wears his black karate belt in the ring. Earlier in kickboxing, most fighters used to do that, but nowadays the sport has moved away so far from karate that there's not so many of them that still do. Some double roundhouse kicks there thrown by Lance Lewis. Well, I think Lance is building up a steady lead here over Sigo. The judges will be rather more impressed by Lewis's constantly coming forward on Sigo. Sigo just misses there with a spinning back kick to Lewis's body. It's his first fight in 2 years, this, Lewis. His last fight he fought a Dutch guy who was a bit more of a punch bag than anything else. Didn't really give Lance a very good fight. Still looking quite composed in his corner. His trainer there, Benny Headland.
Seconds out.
Okay, round 6, as you see, we jumped a couple of rounds here. Last 2 rounds were more or less even. Nothing particularly spectacular happened in them. Oh, and Lance moves in there with a good combination and catches Sigo with a right hook to the jaw. Sigo hangs on. And still hunting Sigo around the ring. He's done this almost all the way through the fight. Kept a good control of the whole fight so far. Sigo's a tough-spirited fighter, but I don't think he's got the measure of Lance. Lance is a little bit too experienced for him. Oh, and a good jumping roundhouse kick there from Lance Lewis. Toby Mawashigeri for those of you who like the Japanese term for it. And Lance catches Sigo there with a nice left hook. Oh, and another good left uppercut from Lance Lewis to the jaw, and the left roundhouse kick from Lewis as well. Yeah, as I said earlier, Lewis likes to show that he's a kicker when he's in the kickboxing ring, and he's certainly doing so tonight. Must be somewhere around about 30 years of age now, Lewis, so
Final
A
round.
young guy,
Round
he's not
7.
boxer by any means. In the final round, and Lewis opens up with a combination of kicks. And I think Lewis is looking to try to stop his opponent here now. He's dominated the fight so far, and I think he's looking for a good finish. Sigo, on the other hand, is still in there himself. He's come a long way for this fight, and he's certainly given a good account of himself tonight. Lance Lewis has aspirations for the world kickboxing title. He'll be going forward later this year to fight Peter Cunningham, who is rated in the star system as the world champion. That won't be a championship fight, though. That's just more or less a warm-up fight to a later one that he hopes to get. And another jumping roundhouse kick there from Lewis. I think he's decided that he isn't going to be able to stop his man, so he's going to show himself good there, and that's the final bell. Well, I don't think there'll be too much difficulty there for the judges to decide who's the winner of that fight. But it's a judge's decision, so we have to wait for it.
Unanimous decision from the judges. The winner, the red corner, Lance Lewis.
Lance Lewis there, the winner, ladies and gentlemen.
Big hand for the loser, Dennis Sigo.
And Dennis Sigo, a spirited fighter. Really good account of himself there.